Today I will talk about my Hindu patron demon or Ashura, Pishatra Mayalakan again. And he requested me to make this video as an offering to him as well as to convey extremely important message regarding spiritual transformation and spiritual evolution of myself. Everything I say here is partially limited by my own ignorance. Ignorance is the natural state of man, so do not rely upon words on any human exclusively. Question a lot of things, apply what you hear, and from your experience decide what is the best for you. Now, I detailed how you can summon Pishatra Mayalakan in previous video of mine in my Tantric sorcery playlist, so I won't call Pishatra Mayalakan in this video. I won't give in this video instructions how to summon Pishatra. I will simply talk about one really powerful thing you can do with Pishatra Mayalakan to empower yourself. Now on the screen you see yantra to summon Pishatra Mayalakan. That's technically his sigil or a sigil of his realm. Yantras are magical symbols which connect us to the certain spiritual realms. This particular yantra connects to Pishatratala, the realm of Pishatra Mayalakan, and technically he is the spirit we talk about here. He is the Hindu demon of ignorance. Now, ignorance in a Hindu thought, or as they call it, avidya, is not the same thing we consider ignorance in the West to be. We consider in the West that ignorance is absence of information. In the West we consider knowledge to be absence of certain information, but in a Hindu thought it is a little bit different definition of ignorance. According to the Hindu thought, ignorance is any observation or behavior or state of mind which doesn't recognize that all is unified in the Brahman and doesn't recognize that we are all part of the greater whole. So Pishatra Mayalakan is technically spirit of observations which do not recognize that we are all united with one whole and do not seek to connect with that one whole. Now, he can be used in two ways. He can be used to empower us in material realm, but he can also be used to eliminate those thoughts and thought patterns and energy patterns which do not recognize we are all part of one universal whole. So we can, when we eliminate those patterns, commune with universal whole directly. So he is the spirit of ignorance, but he is also the spirit who can remove ignorance. He has a dual aspect to himself. Now, why I am filming this video? The reason is pretty simple. In my opinion, in the Western world, we forgot what's the point of work with spirits. The point of work with spirits is for us to assimilate the consciousness of the spirits into ourselves. So we ourselves have their knowledge and qualities and powers, which we can use according to our own benefit. So the point of union with the spirit is not to call spirit to do something for you. The point of union with the spirit is to literally assimilate the knowledge and power of that spirit so you can use it yourself. This is process of the tantric merging with the spirit, in which you use spiritual technology to completely merge with the spirit of choice through daily practices of meditation, merging, invocation, and spiritual expansion through the guidance of the spirit. According to Pishatra Mayalakan himself, one needs 15 to 25 years of daily practice with Pishatra Mayalakan in order to merge with the spirit. That's what he told me. How many time you need to merge with particular spirit completely depends on your spiritual level, depends how much you resonate with the spirit according to core of your soul, and it also depends upon your dedication regarding the work with the spirit. Now, merging with the spirit is pretty simple thing. You call the spirit up, and when you call the spirit up, you say the spirit that you want to merge with the spirit permanently on the highest level. And once you say that, spirit will merge with you a little bit. He will merge with your aura a little bit, and he will always merge during every request for merging and every evocation to the degree you can handle. So if you, for example, call Pishatra Mayalakan every day with a request to merge with him, every day he will merge with you a little bit more. And every day you will assimilate more and more of his qualities until you assimilate all of his powers and all of his knowledge to the process of complete merging. Now, many people have misinformed view about merging with the spirits, claiming that it is somehow harmful or baneful or I don't know, non-beneficial for the adept. It cannot be further from the truth. You see, those asuras, those so-called negative entities, they are also part of the Brahman. They are also part of the universal whole. You see, everything is part of the Brahman, because Brahman is existence. And everything which exists is part of the existence, including all of the demons and all of the asuras. So when you are merging with asuras and any other kind of demon, you are simply merging with an aspect of Brahman's destructive face. You cannot be separated from the Brahman if you truly acknowledge that everything is one, that everything is part of one universal existence in multiple different forms. So when you are merging with Ashura, you are merging with the destructive aspect of the Brahman himself, and you follow the path of the left hand to Brahman. Now, I will in my future video explain the path of the left hand to Brahman, what it actually is philosophically according to my understanding, which is of course limited by my own ignorance. So, don't take me as a universal source, nor any human, because we all humans are limited by limitations of our bodies and by limitations of our own ignorance. And we need to understand that we need to be on a path of constant growth in order to evolve spiritually and metaphysically. Now, when you merge with Ashura, you are technically tapping into the destructive aspect of the Brahman. And you need to understand that Ashuras, which are the gods of Talas, or lower dimensions, they are infinitely more powerful than unawakened human being. Awakened human being, however, is the human being which acknowledged his true nature, he has direct connection to the Brahman, and can tap into all of the power in existence at once. But when we talk about unawakened human being, who is not aware of that connection to the Brahman, then Ashura, or the destructive spirit, destructive aspect of the Brahman, is infinitely more powerful than that unawakened human being. So if Ashuras truly wanted to destroy us, if they truly wanted to obliterate mankind, they can do it in every second of existence. The reason they are not doing it is because they are not interested in doing it. Negative entities are not here to destroy us. Negative entities are here to give us opportunity to travel the left-hand path to the Brahman, for those who are not capable of traveling the right-hand path to the Brahman. we need to understand that embracing of negativity and negative energies is one of the ways to reach the Brahman, to reach the universal whole. And if you are attracted to merging with negative entities, your path is equally legitimate as path of everybody else. Now, for the end of this video, I will explain to you how to merge with Pishatra Mayalakan. Now, once you know how to approach it from philosophical perspective. Now you need to understand that every time you perform the ritual I will give you here, you will merge with Mayalakan a little bit. But for complete merging you need 15 to 25 years of daily practice of this ritual and another rituals involving Pishatra Mayalakan. So you will not receive anything overnight. This is a long path of lifelong dedication to tantric unification with the spirits of your choice. You can unify with any spirit in this manner, not just with Ashuras, but I will use Mayalakan for this presentation because Mayalakan is the first who taught me how to actually use this. I read about concepts of merging with the spirits, but I never understood it until Mayalakan explained this to me, and for really small amount of time thinned the veil of ignorance I experience. I am still ignorant, just like you are as a viewer, because as a humans we are all ignorant, and ignorance is our natural state. But I hope this spiritual technology will give us better understanding of the world, expand our consciousness, and give us material benefits in this realm we can use to open more spiritual gateways and help humanity in spiritual evolution as a whole. It is also my belief that numerous material benefits obtained through Pishatra Mayalakan shouldn't be used just for carnal gratification. They should definitely be used to open talas and lokas with those resources and another spiritual gateways, so humanity can enter the new era of its own existence through connection with the spiritual, which is much more greater than what we have today. So listen right now to the spiritual method of merging with Pishatra Mayalakan. This is technology I use to merge with Pishatra Mayalakan. You already see yantra for summoning Pishatra Mayalakan on the screen. Now let me break for you down the methodology I use to connect with Pishatra Mayalakan. First, I don't call Pishatra Mayalakan, I call Shiva Deva, Lord Shiva, Shiva their yogi, Shiva the first yogi. I call him up through mantra Om Namah Shivaya, and I focus on intention to connect with Shiva. Once energy of Shiva enters me through continuous repetition of Om Namah Shivaya, then I tell Shiva to open up my astral senses and spiritual energy so I can perceive the world beyond. Shiva then pushes his energy into me and I kinda open up myself a little bit, and after some time energy of Shiva abandons my mortal flesh and I fall into even deeper ignorance than when the Shiva was within me. Then I draw the yantra you see on the screen and I anoint that yantra with my own blood. I usually draw it on a piece of paper for the purpose of practicality, but you can draw it on earth with charcoal stick. That's traditional Ayanist method of doing so. But for the sake of practicality, I draw this yantra on the piece of paper, on a large piece of paper. What I do next, after I draw the yantra, is I anoint it with my blood. Then I gaze upon the yantra anointed with my blood and I focus on the feeling and emotion of ignorance. And while focusing on feeling and emotion of ignorance, I chant Pishatra Mayalakana Pasmara, Pishatra Mayalakana Pasmara, Pishatraya Mayalakana Pasmara over and over again until Pishatra Mayalakan enters the room I am in energetically. After about 500 times of repetition of this chant, he will surely come. But I advise people to not count the number of repetitions. Simply focus on intention to summon Mayalakan and on the feeling and emotion of ignorance, while you, in a relaxed manner, look into yantra anointed with blood and chant Pishatra Mayalakana Pasmara over and over again. When Pishatra Mayalakan arrives, when you feel his energy, you should proclaim this. This is something I proclaim every day on a daily basis when he arrives. O Pishatra Mayalakan, I desire to merge with you and start process of spiritual union with you. I merge with you with an intention of obtaining material wealth, spiritual knowledge, and empowerment of physical body. And you repeat this request for a few times, while focusing on intention of merging with energy of Pishatra Mayalakan, which is now around you and in front of you. Then, relax and allow Pishatra Mayalakan to enter and fill your aura with his energy. When it starts, you will feel dizzy, you will feel maybe a little bit overloaded, you will feel maybe a little bit disoriented. But just breathe in a relaxed way and focus on that feeling of merging with him you experience. At some point, Mayalakan will suddenly stop merging with you. That's a time you should politely dismiss him and tell him that you thank him in the name of the Brahman and Universal Om for the merging with you. You thank him for giving you his knowledge, for giving you his blessings, for giving you his powers. And you respectfully thank Ashura and relax and wait for the energy of the spirit to slowly dissipate into the tala he emerged from, into the lower dimension he emerged from. Now, don't be blinded by your own ego. This one ritual is only short step in a long spiritual journey. You need to perform ritual daily for 50 to 25 years in order to achieve actual merging with Mayalakan. One ritual of this nature will give you blessings, it will give you powers, it will give you things, but in a small proportion. In order to reach true enlightenment on the path of the left hand to Brahman, you need equal, if not bigger, dedication than those who are traveling the right hand path. There is no difference in difficulty between Tantric path or Abhichara school and the pure school or the Atmani school. Both schools are equally difficult. And I would argue that Abhichara school is a little bit more difficult. But then again, that's just my personal opinion. I am just a man in a state of ignorance, so my opinion can be wrong. So I gave you a methodology I use to merge with Pishatra Mayalakan, and that's my experience, that's my methodology, which I developed reading books and literature from the Ayan World Foundation. So at the end of this video, I thank Ayan World Foundation for sharing this knowledge with the public, and I really encourage you to buy their book, Summoning Demons. It is in description of this video, and thank you for watching and see you next time.